everybody, welcome back to Video Game Esoterica and our brand new season on the Hyper Neo Geo 64. Before we get too far in, go down below, hit like and subscribe, definitely helps us out. But here is the main motherboard with the cartridge on top. The interesting thing about the Hyper Neo Geo 64 is it does have multiple revisions. It's got a revision 1 and a revision 2 PCB, and we're looking at the revision 2 right here. You have that full JAMMA edge as well as all those different plastic connectors that run right into this I/O board. And the I/O board is what makes a Hyper Neo Geo board a different revision. The motherboard is standard across all revisions, and this I/O board changes depending if you have a fighting board, the Beast Busters board, or a driving board. And taking a look at the Beast Busters board right here, you will see there's no JAMMA edge, but in a previous video series, I'll link below, you can see that we were able to make a full JAMMA edge and connection for the controls, so we can play that on a Super Gun. But taking a look next, here is the I/O board. This is for the driving board, and that ROM chip right back there is going to be the BIOS, and that's what's needed to convert the board. But as far as the hardware is concerned, you have an NEC VR4300 CPU at 100 MHz, and you get near CD perfect audio with that NEC V33 chip. The weird thing is, nobody knows what the GPU is on this. It's never been cataloged, and I have no idea, but it does use the same CPU as the Nintendo 64, but it has a lot larger memory storage for those games. The games themselves come in these great kit boxes. I have 3. I've never completed the whole set, but maybe I will at some point in time. But taking a look at the front, they have a really nice label on the end of them, and they come with a ton of diverse art. You get the move sets, you get the poster, you get the instructions, and I love looking at those. And then for the original Samurai Shodown 64, you get this great poster as well as that massive cartridge. And speaking of the carts, they are huge. They make a Neo Geo AES cartridge look tiny, and the Nintendo 64 look like a joke. And pin-wise, you have 584 contacts on the cart versus 50 on the Nintendo 64, so it's crazy. But as far as games are concerned, there were 7 games released on the Hyper Neo Geo 64, the first being Road's Edge, released in fall of 1997, and the last being Bariki 1, released in the spring of 1999. The hardware was considered to be a complete failure for SNK. They lost a ton of money on it. A lot of people seem to think that these games are terrible, but they're actually some of the best 3D fighting games from the company that was known for 2D. Their conversions are absolutely great all the way across the board. Plus, it has Beast Busters, my all-time favorite late 90s horror shooting game, so definitely for that alone, I absolutely love the system entirely. But we're going to be having all 7 games coming up in the next 7 weeks, as well as some other comparison videos about the Hyper Neo Geo 64. But thanks so much for watching. Do us a huge favor, go down below, hit like and subscribe. Your support really helps us out. Otherwise, we will see you guys on Friday for another episode in our second series. We'll see you back on Tuesday.